Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TribeFan879 YouTube channel, where today, game 44 of the 2018 Colorado Rockies Stratomatic Super Advanced Replay will take place. Today, the Colorado Rockies travel to San Francisco to face the Giants. Today's starting pitchers for the Rockies is Chad Bettis, and taking his warm-up tosses right now is Jeff Samardzija. All right, we're ready to go, and leading off for the Rockies is a center fielder, Charlie Blackmon. And Blackmon swing and a miss on a 2-2 fastball, strike three, and that's the first out of the game. Oops. And here is Gerardo Parra, the left fielder. That's a fly ball to right field. Coming in a couple steps is Andrew McCutcheon, and that will be the second out of the inning. And here is Nolan Arenado, the third baseman, with 2 outs and nobody on. And Arenado, oh, nice diving stop by the third baseman, Longoria, and he gets it. Nice play by Longoria, and that'll retire the side in order. We go to the bottom half of the first, the Rockies nothing, and the Giants coming to bat. And Bettis taking his warm-up tosses. And leading off for the Giants, the left fielder, Gorky Hernandez. And that's a fly ball, shallow center field, coming in on his Blackmon and makes the running catch for one down. And here is the right fielder, Andrew McCutcheon. And that's a ground ball to short. Story up with it. Throws to Desmond. That's 2 away here in the bottom half of the first with nobody on. And here is the catcher, Buster Posey. And that's a fly ball to left. Barely making a move is Parra, and that'll retire the side. We go to the top half of the second. No score. Okay, so. And here is the right fielder, Carlos Gonzalez. Ground ball to second. Up with it is Kelby Tomlinson. Throws over to Belt, and that's 1 away. And here is Trevor Story, the shortstop. And that is a line drive base hit past the shortstop. And the Rockies have their first base runner. And Samardzija has a terrible hold. Posey is now a -1, so there'd be a +4 or +5, and then +3 for being held on. Yeah, Story will try to get a lead. And he will not. He will just miss. But his second running rating, he'd be a 1-14. Well, actually, yeah, he'll hold off on that for now. At least maybe when there's 2 outs, they might do it. Here's Ian Desmond, the first baseman. And nothing on that 20. And that's it's a ground ball past the third baseman, Longoria. That'll move Story to second. And the Rockies have 2 on with 1 out. And here is Tony Wolters, the catcher. They'll hold both runners on. They're thinking about doing a hit and run, but they will hold off. They'll let just Wolters swing away. Nothing on that 20. And Wolters base hit left field. Story hits third. Let's see, be a 1-14. With 1 out, they'll send him. The throw to the plate is not in time. That's a 13. He needed to be above a 14. So that'll score Story. Desmond will go to third on the throw. So I guess we'll just call this, just nothing. And that brings up Daniel Castro. Find his card. Here it is. All right, Daniel Castro, the second baseman. I don't know how well you'll see this, but I'll try it. And the Rockies lead 1-0 on some aggressive base running by Story. And that's against the lefty or righty. That will not do it. Line drive caught by the shortstop Brandon Crawford. And that's 2 away, and that brings up the pitcher, Bettis. And that is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Rockies do turn the order over and pick up the game's first run. And after 1.5, it's the Rockies 1 and the Giants nothing. And here is Bettis coming up. He'll face the first baseman, Brandon Belt. And Belt with a swing and a miss, strike 3. And here is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. And here is the pitch to Longoria. Fly ball right field. Going back on it is Gonzalez. This should be an easy play for Gonzalez. Right fielder, E3 and a 12. No, and then there's a 2. He'll easily make that play. So drifting back, making a nice running catch is Carlos Gonzalez, and that's 2 away here in the bottom half of the second with the Rockies leading 1-0. And here is Brandon Crawford, the shortstop. And that's a fly ball left field, easily moving over is Para, and that retires a side in order. We go to the top half of the third. The Rockies lead 1-0. And Samardzija will take his warm-up tosses. And he will face the top of the order, and Charlie Blackmon struck out his first time up. Not this time. Blackmon base hit left field. It takes the turn and heads back to first. And you thought they were going to try to steal with Story. They'll try with Blackmon. He needs a 7. He'll be a 1-19 if he gets a lead. He will get the lead, and this will be a 1-19. And that's a 14, so he steals it easily. And Blackmon gets into second. So the hold rating for Samardzija is not helping out Buster Posey. And here is Gerardo Parra. Nothing on that 20. Okay, there'll be a play for the catcher. That is Posey. He will be a 1, so this will probably be a pop-up. Posey, 1 and a 10. Yep, this will be a high pop-up in front of the plate. Posey throws off the mask, and he'll make the play. The first out of the inning. And here is Nolan Arenado. And that's a line drive base hit. But getting to the outfield too fast will hold Blackmon at third. And the Rockies have runners on the corners with 1 out. And here is Carlos Gonzalez. Nothing on that 20. And it's the righty, the left-handing. That's 1-9, and that's a 3, and that's a base hit. Gonzalez gets one past Tomlinson into scores Blackmon, so the stolen base does pay off. Arenado will go to second, and the Rockies now lead 2-0. And here's Trevor Story with runners on first and second. Nothing on that 20. High pop-up left side of the infield. Crawford calls for it and makes the catch on the infield, and that's 2 away. And they will hold Gonzalez on. No, they will not hold any runners on. So, off with the pitch. Nothing there. Ground ball to second. Tomlinson racing towards second. Picks it up, throws, got him. That retires the side. In the third, the Rockies add another and now lead 2-0 going into the bottom of the third. And Bettis will face Austin Jackson, the center fielder. And that's a swing and a miss on a 2-2 curveball, strike 3. And here's Kelby Tomlinson. And Tomlinson, ground ball, base hit past Arenado. So the Rockies have given up their first base runner today. And they will bring the corners in. Samardzija is a C bunter. He'll now be a D bunter. Okay, D and an 8. He pops it up. It goes back to the screen. It's 1 and 2. And we'll try it again. That might be a little better. D and a 5. He lays it down. First baseman Desmond, his only play is the first. So we'll call it 3-4 on the sacrifice. Good job by Samardzija getting the button down with 2 strikes. And the Giants have a runner in scoring position, but there are 2 outs for Gorkys Hernandez. And nothing on that 20. Let's see. That's fly ball to center field. Going back a few steps is Blackman. He will make the catch, and that retires the side. The Giants leave 1, and we go to the top half of the fourth. Rockies 2, Giants nothing. And now batting the catcher, Tony Wolters. The due-up will be Wolters, Castro, and Bettis. And Wolters takes one high and outside, ball 4. And he will reach base for the second time today. And here is Daniel Castro. And with a runner on. And they will not hold Wolters on. He will not be going anywhere. Okay. And Castro hits one, and it'll get down. It'll get cut off. Wolters will hit second and go to third. And the Rockies have runners on the corners with nobody out. And so Bettis will be swinging away here. And here's the pitch to Bettis. And he's swinging and a miss, strike 3. So he goes down for the second time on strikes. And we go back to the top of the order for Charlie Blackman. Singled and scored his last time up. Rockies would like another one of those. Ground ball to second. Tomlinson is a 3 and a 13. Will that be enough to maybe start a double play? 3 and a... No, it probably won't. Now let's see if he makes the air feeding at the second. He is an E39 and an 8. No, he will not. But 3 and a 13. Ground ball to second. Over to short for 1. On to first, not in time. They turned the double play just a little too slow. And that will allow Wolters to score from third. And the Rockies now lead 3-0 with 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth. Blackman will try to get into scoring position again. He needs a 7. Nope. So they will hold him on. Here is Gerardo Parra with a runner on first and 2 outs. Nothing on that 20. And that's a fly ball to left. Coming in a few steps is Hernandez, and that will retire the side. The Rockies are playing, winning by a run at a time, and after 3.5. It's the Rockies 3, the Giants nothing. And here is McCutchen. He grounded out his first time up. 3-8. And that's a base hit to center field. So McCutchen singles it up the middle. But he will be held on and he will not go because Bettis has an excellent hold rating. And here is Buster Posey. Okay. Well, they will hold McCutchen. Nothing on that 20. Ground ball to short. Story to Castro to Desmond. Double play. So here comes Brandon Belt with nobody on and 2 outs. And that's a high pop-up behind home plate. Walters throws off the mask and makes the play. And the Giants go down here in the 4th. We go to the top half of the 5th. The Rockies lead 3-0. And this is Samardzija's point of weakness, so we'll keep an eye on him. Here is Nolan Arenado. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Line drive right to the third baseman, Longoria. He catches it, and that's 1 away. Here is Nolan Arenado, Carlos Gonzalez. And that's a fly ball to right. Going back a couple steps is McCutchen. He will make the play, and that's 2 away here in the top half of the 5th with nobody on, and the Rockies leading 3-0. And that's a fly ball right field. Coming in on it is McCutchen. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side in order. And Samardzija will probably get a chance to pitch the 6th, unless he is due up in the bottom of the 5th. All right, so here is Chad Bettis. He will face Longoria, Crawford, and Jackson. Longoria flew out his last time up. And that's a ground ball to short. Just missed it. And that'll be easy play for Story over to Desmond, and that's 1 away. And here is Brandon Crawford. That's a ground ball to second. Castro, easy play over to Desmond, and that's 2 away here on the bottom of the 5th. A quick inning here, and here's Austin Jackson. He struck out his first time up, and this will be a ground ball to the shortstop. Story is a 1, so he'll get to it. And E9, E14 and a 9. There is no 9, so that's a good play for Story. Up with it, throws and got him. And that'll retire the Giants in order here in the 5th. We go to the 6th inning. This will probably be it for Samardzija as he's due up second. So here is Ian Desmond. And that's a ground ball to short. Crawford up with it. Throws and gone. Desmond is now 1 for 3 on the day with a single. And here's Tony Walters, a single and a walk in his 2 plate appearances. And he'll do a little bit better than that. Maybe. No, he won't. I got excited here that I thought it was a 5-8. It's a 4-8. So Walters draws another walk, and he will go down to first. And here is Daniel Castro, second baseman. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a line out and a single. And here is Castro. They won't hold on Walters. And that's a walk. As he watches that go high and outside, ball 4. And the Rockies have 2 on with 1 out. And Bettis will be, the Giants will be expecting a bunt. They're bringing the corners in. That will take Bettis down to a D bunter. And we'll go ahead and roll this out, see if Bettis can move the runners up to second and third. A D and a 7. That is a great bunt by Bettis. Pitcher Samardzija gets it. His only play is the first. So we'll call that a 1-4 sacrifice. The second baseman covering, and the Rockies have runners on second and third, but there are 2 outs. And that will bring up Charlie Blackmon. Struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and singled in his 3 plate appearances. And here is Samardzija. The pitch. Nothing on the 20. Long fly ball, but this will die in the air. Going near the warning track is the right fielder, McCutcheon. He will make the play, and that'll retire the side. You're going to have to get a hold of one and really get a hold of one to get it out of here in this wind. So the Rockies strand 2, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Rockies 3, and the Giants nothing. The Giants will have Sam Dyson, or no. They will have Sam Dyson and Hunter Strickland throwing in the bullpen. And one of them will make the rounds. Actually, Strickland's are closer. They'll have Will Smith and Sam Dyson loosening in the pen, so double barrel action. Let's see if who can get through the 6th. All right, so that will have Tomlinson. Tomlinson will face Chad Bettis here in the 6th inning. This is his point of weakness inning, and that's a fly ball to right. Going back a couple steps is Gonzalez. He will make the catch. And the Giants will bring up a pinch hitter. They will have Miguel Gomez make an appearance, and he will pinch hit. Let me get Gomez's card. All right, here is Miguel Gomez's card. He will face the right-hander Bettis. I'll put him in here. We gotta put him in the scorecard. Now batting, pitch hitting for Samardzija, Miguel Gomez. And that is a line drive base hit for Gomez. So Gomez is not very fast, but he got a base hit, so does his job. And I'll bring up the top of the order. That's Gorky Hernandez. 2 flyouts to Charlie Blackmon in his 2 at-bats, and will not hold on Gomez. Nothing there. And once again, that pitcher's best friend, ground ball to short. Story over to Castro, on to Desmond, double play. And the Giants go down here in the 6th. We go to the 7th with a new pitcher. We will have Sam Dyson come out. And he will face Parra, Arenado, and Gonzalez. I'll get Dyson into the game here. Okay, and the righty will face Parra, the left-handed hitting left fielder. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Not much longer. Parra, base hit up the middle, and the Giants pitcher is not known for their holding. Parra will try to get a lead in a 3-0 game. He needs a 4 or a 6. Not with a 9. So they will hold him on. And here is Nolan Arenado. He is 1 for 3 on the day with 2 lineouts and a single. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Dyson gets Arenado on strikes. And here's Carlos Gonzalez. 1 for 3 on the day with a single and ground out and the fly out. And from there on the 20. And he gets Gonzalez down on strikes as he swings at strike 3. And here is Trevor Story, the shortstop. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Nothing in the 20. And because there's a runner on first and not on second, that base hit will stand. And Parra goes to third. And the Rockies have runners on the corners with 2 outs for Ian Desmond. And let's see, nothing on that 20 to the catcher Posey. So this will probably be a little dribbler out in front of the plate. And that will make an error. Nope, we'll rare play. Let's see what the rare play for the catcher is. Let's see. G1 rare play. There's a runner on first, which there is. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just say that it's a little ground out to first. There's already 2 outs, so we won't. We'll just say he throws it to first, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back for it. It's root for the Giants. If they don't win, it's a shame. Where it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, and Chad Bettis will face Andrew McCutchen, Buster Posey, and Brandon Belt. As he pitches into the 7th. And that's a ground ball to short. Story up with it, throws and got him. Here is Buster Posey. That's a ground ball to second. Castro ranging towards the hole. Gets it, throws and got him. And here is Brandon Belt. And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to right. Going back a couple of steps is Gonzalez. And he will make the play. And we are through 7. The score, the Rockies 3 and the Giants nothing. They will not have Dyson come out to pitch the 8th. That will be Will Smith will come out and do that. Actually, will he? Or will Hunter Strickland come out and do that? I will have Will Smith come out and pitch the 8th. The Fresh Prince of San Francisco. Just kidding. I know it's bad. Okay, so Smith will put him in the scorecard. And he will face the bottom third of the order, but it looks as if they will let Bettis bat for the 4th time as he's done fairly well. And Walters against the lefty. That's a ground ball to second. Tomlinson ranges, gets it, throws, and got him. And here is Daniel Castro to get his card now. Okay. Castro against the lefty. As a right-handed hitter, that's 1-15, and that means that's a base hit for Castro. So that'll get through past Tomlinson. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Bettis. They'll bring the corners in, and he'll be a debunter. As we'll try this again with the bunting. Yep, I'm sure that's a good sacrifice. It might be a defense check. Nope, just a good sacrifice. So Bettis drops one down. Make sure the first baseman gets it. He does. But his only play is to first. And so we'll call that 3-4. Castro to second, and that'll bring it up to Charlie Blackmon again. And with Blackmon up with a runner on second, but 2 outs. And here's the pitch, lefty-lefty matchup. And that's a line out right to the first baseman belt, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. With the score, the Rockies 3, the Giants nothing. And Bettis will come out for the 8th. And let me check the rules. I know there's something that just came out for that year. What the point of weakness is. It's can pitch without fatigue for point of weakness +2. So he can get through the 8th without being immediately fatigued. Okay, so we will do that now. As he is now facing his 23rd batter today. And here is Evan Longoria. And Longoria rips one into the gap. That'll go to the wall. Hitting first and going to second, and they'll put the stop sign up there. As Longoria reaches with a leadoff double. And here is Brandon Crawford, and the bullpen will get busy for the Rockies. Brian Shaw loosening in the pen. And they will not hold Longoria. And that's a high pop left side of the infield. Story calls for it and makes the catch, and that's one away here in the bottom of the 8th. And here is Austin Jackson. That's a ground ball right back to the box. All right, that was a 14, so he is a 2, and an E0 will just make sure there is not a 5. Okay, so that's good enough. E0 makes every play. So a G2 for a pitcher. I'll actually check to see what the 2 and a 14 is. Actually, that's a G1. So a G1 with a runner on second. So base runner gets to decide. So that's so base running. So I'll just take the sure out at first. He'll go to third. Longoria will, but there are 2 outs. And here is Kelby Tomlinson, the second baseman. And that is a ground ball to second. That's Castro over to Desmond, and that will retire the side. And that might be it for Bettis. They might let him try to go the distance, but Wade Davis will be loosening in the pen. And the Giants will now call on Tony Watson to come in the game. And Strickland is one of their de facto closers. So let me get Watson in. All right, so Watson, the lefty, will face the lefty Parra, and then face Arenado and Gonzalez. So here's the pitch to Parra. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Parra goes down on strikes, and here's Nolan Arenado. And Arenado goes down on strikes for the second time today. And here is Carlos Gonzalez. And he will fly to center. Coming in a couple steps is Austin Jackson, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bettis will come out, but he will be on a very short leash. And he will face a pinch hitter. We will have Gregor Blanco pinch hit for Tony Watson. All right, so here's Bettis facing Blanco. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And I'll go back to the top of the order and Gorky Hernandez. Okay, that's a fly ball to the right fielder, Gonzalez. He'll get there. Will he make the play? On 11 on an E3. That's a good play. So Gonzalez racing over makes the catch, and that's 2 away. And last hope for the Giants is Andrew McCutchen. And that's the ground ball to short. Story up with it, makes the play, and Chad Bettis has gone the distance, giving up 4 hits, and he struck out only 3, but pitched to 29 batters, so 2 over the minimum, as 2 double play balls did help. So Chad Bettis, a complete game winner, and the Rockies get enough offense to win 3-0. All right, so the Rockies bring their record to 21-23 as they've been hovering around that 2 under 500 mark still. And the next games are against, I believe, the Dodgers. Yeah. Let me kind of, since I have a little bit of time here, I think I'll go ahead and try to tell you what game will be next. Yes, they will face the Dodgers next. I will probably bring to you we'll go Walker Buehler and Herman Marquez, which is game 1 of that series. And then after game 3 of that series will be the next Rockies week in baseball. All right, everybody, if this is your first time watching, please hit the like and subscribe. If you've already subscribed, please hit the like button. And whatever games you are playing, tabletop, PC, video games, may your games be lively and your games be good. Have a good day, everybody.